Morning, everyone. We'll start, guys, in a few minutes, yeah? Just for those who are joining right now. Can you please confirm, guys, that you can hear me clearly? Fantastic. Thank you, JC. Great, great. So, guys, as promised, this week I'll be live with you every day from Monday till Friday at 8 a.m. UK time, all right? And perfect. Thank you very much. And those session will be mainly about your questions. If you have any question, I'll try to answer your questions. Please bear in mind that it will be a bit of delay between I can read your chat and you can hear my voice, so like 10 to 9 seconds delay. So while I'm reading the chat, I'll be answering a few other questions, okay? So the main, I would say, goal about these sessions is answering your questions about trading, about probably patterns, about structures. This will be the main goal about these sessions, right? Because the forecast, guys, we have done that on Saturday. I can give you updates, not a big deal. But I want you basically to take advantage of this to ask questions. And again, I'll try my best to answer. Even if it's about other charts, during these sessions, I'll answer that, okay? So, hi Abdi, good morning. Hi David. Great, thank you Tony for confirming that. View on Nifty. Yeah, we'll check that, no problem. Thank you Bashir. Right guys, so I'm just waiting for 2 more minutes before I start, yeah? Again, those of you are joining right now, I'm just waiting, guys, for a few minutes before we start the session. Meanwhile, guys, if you have any question about trading, about the structures, about any pair, please put it in the chat, so I'll read them one by one, okay? And please try to not repeat the question, guys, so I can go through them basically one by one. Right. So first thing first, we have basically Nifty. Let me just write this down, guys. Just 1 second. Again, people are still joining. Those of you are joining right now, guys, few minutes and we'll start the session, all right? I'll repeat that. Those of you who have any questions, please put in the chat, guys, because it will be a bit of delay between I can read your chat and I can see it basically and go through the charts, okay? If you have any questions, please put on the chat. I'll go through them one by one and try to answer every single question, okay? I'm writing now your request, guys. So Nifty. We have also Aussie dollar 4 hour. Dollar Swiss. Charles, actually, we cannot that. This is just a special, I would say, event we are conducting now because, as promised, those of you who are basically liking and commenting on the last week's stream, I said to them, guys, if we touch 500 likes, we'll go for 1 week live. That's basically the thing. But adding pairs, guys, to the Saturday sessions, it's not possible. Yeah, just we need to make it as short as possible. At the same time, all the other pairs are covered during our Sunday live sessions. All right, Charles? Hope you get that. Roger, good morning from Ryan. Hi, Roger. All right. JC, how do you manage to get the price points estimation? JC, it's a long story, I would say, but I can give you an idea. Fly rockers, very good question. What do you mean by time factor? It's a very important question, and this might help you a lot once I answer this one today. It might help you a lot, basically, to understand how market usually moves. All right? I'm just writing, guys, notes so I can go through them one by one. All right? Cad Swiss, yeah, we can go for this one. Francisco, Cad Swiss, no problem. Gold, we have covered this, but we can cover it one more time. We have covered this during our Saturday and our Sunday session as well in detail. Yeah. Rihan, do you believe in supply and demand? Yes, I do believe in supply. It's all about supply and demand, actually. Yes. And the main thing in the charts is basically the structure. Abdi, New Zealand Cad and Cad Swiss is already. I have put this here on my notes. We'll go for New Zealand Cad as well. Oil. If we join WTW and lose some lives stay on platform to watch later. Spawn, I'm not sure what lives are talking about, but if you are talking about the Sunday live session, yes, Sunday live session is available for the next 7 days. Daily live sessions are not recorded because the main point about the daily live sessions is actually for people to go and participate. Okay, because if we made these live sessions, it's not a big deal for us to make them like recorded, but just this is the sort of the module we are doing to make people succeed. Yeah, because if you put the work, this is how you succeed. Otherwise, if we give you everything on plate, you will not able to succeed because you'll be dependent, and that's exactly what we don't do at We Trade Waves. The main goal is to make independent, successful traders, and I'm repeating this again. We are succeeding with that week by week, month by month, and year by year as well. Okay. Sports and news greeting from hi, how are you? New Zealand Cad, I have put that. Please, guys, do not repeat the pairs. Yeah, I'm just putting notes now before I start covering what I want to cover. Okay. What corrective pattern do we have on gold 4-hour time frames? Yeah, we can check that, no problem. So gold 4-hour correction pattern, corrective pattern. How do you know when a wave structure is completed? Roger, it's again, guys, I'm not going to reveal actually the strategies and the concept. Yeah, but I'll give you hints. I'll basically help you in understanding some of the points. But at the same time, I'll not reveal everything. Yeah, just to also let you know. So do not please ask questions that that might be covered inside the course. Yeah. So again, even for this, I'll give you some hints as well, Roger, about how to know when a wave structure is completed. Dollar yen. Dollar yen, we will go for this one. Pound dollar as well. will you go to YouTube list first? No, I will not go to YouTube list, guys. If you want me to go that, again, these sessions are for you. Yeah. So again, usually I don't do that, but if you want me to go to this one, I can do it again. It's not a big deal, but it's already covered during Saturday and Sunday session as well. Yeah. Euro dollar, pound Oz, dollar Cad, Rasul, golden. Yeah, I'll try to go for this one in detail, no problem. Milan, I'll see basically if this we will keep this on YouTube or we remove this later. I haven't decided yet actually for this one. Yeah, but if you can join every day at 8 a.m. UK time from today till Friday, it's 5 days actually: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This will be better. Okay. Euro New Zealand and Euro Swiss. Okay. Voice very low. Someone is saying voice is very low, guys. It's from my side. Please, can you confirm that before before basically I? Oh, okay. Is it better now? Alali, I want to join you, but my language is Arabic. I don't know English well. Well, I also speak Arabic, but the thing is, we have also other moderators and other members who are streaming in Arabic as well. Yeah, you can search for We Trade Waves Middle East, and you can basically check that we have basically Mu. He's streaming in Arabic. You can join him, and you can basically listen in Arabic to this to these forecasts as well. Okay, Ali, I hope that voice is perfect. Okay, great. So probably, guys, it's from your side. Yeah, try to fix that, and it will be better. S&P 500. When it comes to backtesting for David, please, you can basically ask this inside Slack. Yeah. Euro Yen, right? So, guys, I'll start basically, and then after that, I'll read the other. Please stop asking the question in the chat, so I can go back to where I will stop now. Yeah. So after that, we can check basically if there's any other questions missing, and then I'll answer that. Okay. Those of you are asking, will this session be uploaded into YouTube too? I haven't decided this yet. Okay. So we'll check that later. Euro Yen, I have done that. I have basically written this on my notes. What structure is making Aussie dollar? I think I have Aussie dollar in my list. I'll check that shortly. Marie is saying, hi Alan, I already tried the 1 month subscription and it was amazing. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, sure, no problem. If I subscribe again for another 2 months, can you join me? Yes, Marie, please send us an email in regards to that, and our team basically will double check all the settings and your profile, and they will get back to you. Okay, just send us an email at info@wetradewaves.com, and they will get back to you in regards to this. John, I'll cover gold in detail. I know, guys, a lot of you trade gold. BTC chart also will go for this one. Bitcoin. Euro Yen, please do not repeat, guys, the same question. Yeah, I'm reading one by one just to not miss any. But do not repeat it because I'll read it, yeah? Yeah, 30. I tried. Thank you guys for confirming the voice. Thank you, mommy. Gold, great, that's fine. Voice from my side is clear, amazing. Pound dollar, it's already in the list. Aussie Yen, I think we have that as well. Let me double check this quickly. So Aussie Yen is here. All right. New Zealand is already in the list. Please, how can I register from Nigeria? Try to register via my card, not going through. For that thing, you can send us an email at info@wetraders.com, and our team will give you probably other payment, alternative payment options, yeah? Like Bitcoin, crypto, or we have also other options like Skrill and other options as well, PayPal probably. Yeah? So guys, let's get started with your requests, yeah? Nifty, let's go to Nifty. For this one, if you ask my personal point of view about Nifty, market is going to the upside, all right? And from here to here is an up move. This is, by the way, guys, one wave, okay? So we have up, correction, up, and so on and so forth to this point. After that, market gave us a corrective structure like this, and then we've got this up move. This up move is subdivided into 3 waves, by the way. Okay, again, I'll try to give you some hints, guys, without revealing too much about the concept, but if you start to collect the points, you will start to understand. Okay, so this up move is subdivided into 3 waves. After that, we've got a corrective structure and then up again. Now, during these sessions, guys, I'll try to give you tips, advice, but I want you at the same time to take notes as much as you can. Okay, the real chart, or the real I would say the real structure is here. No indicator needed, okay? All you have to do is to know how to read the charts, okay? By looking at the chart, understanding what is really happening, you'll be able to understand basically where the market might go next, okay? So for this up wave, which is subdivided into 3 waves, here we have a corrective structure in the middle. This, by the way, called an expanding flat, those of you who don't know. After this one, we've got this up move. Now, after this up move, we've got a corrective structure. And market is in this up move now. This is an up move, okay? It's an uptrend in lower time frames. Any move like this one, you might see it one wave, right? You might see it like one line, one straight line. If you go to lower time frames, you won't see it a downtrend, okay? So it's all about understanding the trends and understanding when the market is in a corrective mode or when the market is in an impulsive mode, okay? At the same time, you need to understand the fractal nature of the market. What do you mean by the fractal nature of the market? Fractal nature of the market means you need to understand the time frame and you need to understand where the market is at the moment to know, like, if you are going to buy this one or you should look for sales here, okay? So based on the current market structure, we are just analyzing the 4-hour chart. Those of you who don't know this, by the way, guys, the TradingView platform. What we use at the platform, charting platform, it's TradingView, okay? And this is 4-hour chart. This is Nifty, 4-hour chart. Okay, so for this one, this is still an up move. Okay, I have just an uptrend here. This is up, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. If I need to look at the bigger picture, I focus usually on these points. This one, here, and here. So until market will go down to break this low, I can say we are in an uptrend. And market will keep pushing to the upside, logically. Okay, now some of you will be saying, oh, Alan, this is a big move. I will not wait for this. I'm not talking trading. I'm talking structures and I'm talking analysis. All right, so for this one, until market goes down to break this low here, I cannot say that this uptrend is about to shift, right? Like market is about to shift the trend. Until we break this low, I will just expect market to give me a corrective structure which can go all the way down to 1 pip above this level and then push back up, will still be within this uptrend. Make sense? So, zooming in here. What do I see here in this one? If I'm trading Nifty above this top, if I'm trend reversal trader above this top, I'll start to look for sell setups. That doesn't mean jumping in, because if you jump in from here, look what happened. Market pushed all the way up, very sharp, corrective structure up, and started to give us a pullback, okay? If I zoom in again, I'll try to explain you guys about retail traders, about market makers framework, step by step, chart by chart, okay? You can see this top here, all right? And you can see we have double top formation. All retail traders who are selling here, they are putting stop loss above the top. All retail traders who trade double top formation, they put the stop loss here. 10 pips, 20 pips, whatever amount of just above this top. Those of them who are trading without stop loss, they will lose their account here, or probably above. But just I'm talking about traders who are using stop loss, right? That's what they should do actually. So those of them who get in the sell, they put stop loss above the stop. 90% of them, I would say. And 10%, they will just probably trade without stop loss, or they might take profits here, right? And if they do that, they will not be respecting the risk reward, which means like they'll go for 1-to-1 risk reward or 1-to-2. And in this way, on the long term, they will lose, all right? Because their, I would say, trading account will look like win, like let's say 1% profit minus 5%. Because if they get stopped out here once, 2, 3, 4 times, the 5th time, they will just trade without stop loss. And exactly at that point of the time, market will go against them 500, 600 pips. This happens to a lot of you. This is normal, okay? Don't think that the market is against you. Market doesn't know you, okay? Just bear this in mind. But the way retail traders trade, that's why you think that the market is against you. It's not. The market is much, much bigger than that. It's not against you. It's about the lack of knowledge. That's all you have. Lack of knowledge, okay? Because usually traders trade the same way. So the psychology of traders is the same way, because most of traders, they learn trading from, I would say, false ads, okay? Because what you can learn about trading for free on YouTube and on other social media platforms, it's not, I would say, what you have to learn in order to succeed in trading, okay? You might get like few points, few bits, and you will feel like, you know what, I just know 20%, 30%. It's never 100%, because no one will give you 100% for free. Just put yourself on their shoes. Yeah, no one will give you this one for free, especially the brokers, because they want you to keep losing the account, and they want you to keep refilling this account, okay? Like lose money, put money again, lose money, put money again. Their goal is not to make you successful traders, because they are not making money from the spreads. They are making money from the other things they do. I will not go into detail just to not basically spend too much time explaining about that, but they have their own algos, they have their own systems, and some of them, they are not passing the orders to liquidity providers. Even for regulations, they have their own system that costs them millions of dollars, okay? So back to this topic here. For this one, double top formation, all it is who are selling here, stop loss above the stop. And even those of you who would like to trade the breakouts, okay, and those of you who like to trade reversals, if they will sell under this low by putting basically a sell stop, those of you don't know what is a sell stop and what is a buy stop. Sell stop means if the market is moving to the upside and you want to catch this drop here, let me just send the color. You want to catch this drop, you put here something called sell stop, which means if market will fall to the downside, you'll be in this sell. This called sell stop. Sell limit is usually will be above the price, which will be somewhere here. This is called sell limit, which means like, let's say you are going to work or you are going to sleep, and then you don't want to miss this drop. You put a sell limit here at the top, and then if market push to the upside, it will get triggered, and then you will be in this trade. But usually, this was here the last higher low, and a lot of traders, they'll put just a sell stop here, exactly at this point. They will get tagged here, as you can see, right? Because the market just wicked under this one 2-3 times. They were collecting orders, and the market pushed to the upside. Remember, I'm talking about Nifty, and this is applicable to any other chart, because market makers, they do this again and again, okay? And this basically one of the frameworks, by the way, okay? Because they have more than one pattern, more than one strategy to get everybody out. Make sense? So for this one, we've got a corrective structure, small corrective structure exactly at the top. Again, I'm giving you guys signs, signals, whatever you want to call it. You can take notes, you can backtest this later, so you can learn something new. Exactly at the previous top, they gave you a corrective structure, and the market pushed back up, okay? What next here, Alan? Those of you who are asking about Nifty, for me, this is a corrective structure, which means this is still an uptrend, and one push up is very possible, okay? This is one scenario. Up, corrective structure up. So those of you are biased to the upside, there is no harm in buying from here while executing your strategies, okay? Just execute your strategy, and if you want to buy from me, it's not a bad idea. But all you have to, at the top of the trend, you have to risk small, smaller than usual. if you usually risk 1%, here you have to take 0.5. Why? Because at a top, anytime market can just do this. You don't want to be stuck here if you are trading without stop loss, and you don't want to risk big or risk the usual risk you usually take by trading at the end of the uptrend. So buying at the end of an uptrend, potential, I would say, end of the structure here. If you'll buy here, you have to take smaller risk, usually. This is very important. Even if you are a scalper, if you are a day trader, whatever trader you are, you have to take smaller risk if you are buying at the end of an uptrend or if you are selling at the end of a downtrend. Okay? So for this one, this is a complete structure. If we get a correction here, one more drop. Another corrective structure here, another fall. And if this will be a big corrective structure, market can still push to the upside. So structurally, we can get an up move from here and we can get an up move from here. Now, this is only for the guy who was asking about Nifty. Those of you who don't trade Nifty, you should ignore this. Make sense? This is what I usually say to all members. You have to trade your own pair. You have to master 1, 2, 3 pairs and just trade them. If you see the best setup on gold and you don't trade gold, you should ignore it because it's not your pair. You have to have the PhD on this pair. Make sense? So for Nifty, if you are biased to the upside, you have a buying opportunity from here or from here. Even if the market will give you an extended corrective structure, you can buy from this level or you can buy from this level. All you have to do is you have to focus on how to maximize profits if the market will move in your direction. And the third thing to do is to focus on the risk to reward, which means if this trade, if you will execute this trade and the market will give you 1-to-1, do not take it. It's not worth it. Even if this is a high probability chance trade, it's not worth it. Now, if you are biased to the downside, all you have to do, you have to see, is this a complete wave? It is, but this is a corrective structure. It's not an impulsive move to the downside. It's not moving like this. It's not moving like this. Okay, it's slow move actually. Okay, so corrective structure usually, not always, it's usually a slow move. So if this is a slow move, means like market makers are collecting orders here. They are trapping retail traders into this hull before they push market back up to break this top. Why break this top? Because here we have liquidity as well. Above every top and every high, we have liquidity. But once you have the right knowledge, you know which liquidity to target and which liquidity grab to wait before you go for the next trade. This is called knowledge. All right, guys? So for this one, if market will push to the upside, if this will give you more than 2-to-1, 3-to-1, you can go for it if you are biased to the upside. If you are biased to the downside, selling from here is not a wise idea. You have to wait a complete structure like something like this before you go for this sell. Make sense? Hope this is clear, guys, for Nifty. Aussie dollar 4 hours. Again, I'll try to explain you step by step, chart by chart, some, I would say, variations of the structure so you can learn something new. By the way, guys, those of you are watching, if you can, please hold on to your questions. I'll finish what the first, I would say, batch of queries, and after that, I'll try to read the other questions, right? Just Wilson is saying, hello, I've been a member with Reach for 2 years. And now, no problem. Just send us an email at info@forex.com and our members will take care of this. No problem. Okay? It might be probably card expired or something like that. No problem. Just send us an email and the team will take care of that. No problem, Will. Yeah? So, back to this one. Aussie dollar 4 hours. What market is giving us here, guys? As you remember, from the forecast, right? If I go to the 1 hour, no problem. I will go to this one because this is special session. I can go to the 1 hour. Market dropped, right? You guys, this corrective structure drop, a pullback, liquidity grab, and then fall. Corrective structure, fall. The way we read the charts, guys, is like we are reading a book, yeah? So after this one, we've got a pullback again, just to trap retail traders into the buy here. And then after that, market just went up to another block, by the way, and we've got this fall. After that, market looks like it's correcting upwards. If this is a corrective structure, one more fall. And if this will be a drop, just to go to the 4 hours again, if this will be a drop here, to break this low, under this low, I'll be looking for my buy setups. And this buy setup, it might be a corrective structure or an impulsive move. Even if this here, even if this will be giving me a corrective structure. One more push up will be coming. And this up wave, it can still be a corrective wave for one more fall. Make sense? So a drop from here or a drop from here. Alan, can I know what market will give me, if market will give me a drop from here or a drop from here? Yes. This is once you master wave analysis, you will know if the market will be falling from here or if the market will be falling from here to the downside. Again, for Aussie dollar, 4 hours, and those of your bias to the downside, you have to execute the trades here or here. Those of your bias to the upside, all you have to do is to wait for a corrective structure before you go for the next buy setup. Why to wait for a corrective structure, Alan? This is a big question actually, right? Like, why should I wait for a corrective structure? This is how market usually moves, guys. 99% of the times, this is how market moves. Look at this. Okay? We've got this drop. If you will jump in here, you will be in a drawdown for, I would say, roughly 2-3 days before market goes back to your direction. So why to do that? You have to wait for the corrective structure before you execute the trade. You have to wait for the corrective structure, the pullback, before you execute the trade. You have to wait for the corrective structure before you go for the trade. Before you go for the trade. Okay, guys? So in this one, as example, in this drop, you have to wait for a pullback before you go for the trade. Corrective structure before you go for the trade. Same thing here. If you are biased to the upside, you have to wait for a corrective structure before you go for the trade. Now, some of you might be asking, Alan, what if market goes to the upside like this? I'll be missing this trade. Eventually, yes, but I'm repeating. If you have the knowledge, you can get in the trade here by executing our strategies. You can get in the trade here and make even much better risk reward than here. That's why we trade waivers. They are not afraid of taking the next trade because they know if they are missing this one here, let's say, and market will push to the upside, let's assume market will be giving us this move. If they are missing this entry, they can enter here with a better risk to reward. That's the beauty. That's the magic of knowledge, guys, right? That's the magic of being with the right community. Why is that? And how is this possible, Alan? Because here, it's not about fear of missing out. They know how to execute, and this is what you should do as well. They know how to trade. Because in this one, let's say you're risking here 30 pips. I'll just explain you the logic here. If you're risking 30 pips here to gain, let's say, 60 pips, which means like 2-to-1 in terms of risk reward. In this setup, they might get basically a setup where they are risking 10 pips to gain what? To gain 50 pips, which will be 5-to-1 times risk reward. So instead of, let's talk about percentage here. Instead of risking 1% here and risking 30 pips to gain 60 pips, which will be 2% profits, here they are risking the same percentage. So the percentage is the same. Risking 1%. Instead of risking 1% for 30 pips, they're risking 1% for 10 pips, and they are gaining 5-to-1, which is 5% here. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of bad risk to reward. They are not afraid, and they know basically how to execute, and it's not about fear of missing out. Because majority of traders, if market will push to the upside like this, they will jump in here, okay, if they are biased to the upside. And market will start to correct. They are in drawdown, the fear start to kick in, and they might close the trade. They might basically start to make a lot of mistakes, right? The same mistakes, they do it again and again. You know what are the mistakes, right? Like adding to losing positions, jumping in, over-risking, over-trading, trading without stop loss. These are the mistakes, guys, right? And these are basically, that's why I have the 4 golden rules for you. Most of you know them, yeah? Never, ever jump in. Never, ever add to losing position. Do not over-risk, over-trade. And do not trade without stop loss, okay? So, how to get rid of this? Learn how to trade correctly. To know where to enter in the next trade, okay? So, in terms of the structure, those of you who were asking about the structure, more than one possibility. This might be the structure here. Up, corrective structure, up, another drop here, and then up again. Even if this will break this low or this low, whatever market is doing for Aussie dollar, I'll be looking for my buy setup personally. The sell setups were from here, by the way. And you know this from here, right? Look at this one. This were the sells to the downside. Now, after this drop and after market basically took liquidity under these lows, an up move will be coming, either as a corrective structure or as an impulsive wave. Okay? Now, if you ask me, will this be a complete corrective structure? It is possible, but the only thing that I don't like is the correction of the correction. Okay? Again, I'll not go into too much details. I try to explain you hints And just to give you a few explanations without going into too much details, okay? If this will be the complete corrective structure, market will be going to the upside just to break this top and this top once more. Something like this, okay? Which I cannot see at the moment. I need to see more waves here before we go for the next chart, all right? Now, if I go to the daily for Aussie dollar, here, I have an impulsive move to the upside from here to here. I have a corrective structure, and market is giving me probably another corrective structure for another push up, okay? Bias to the upside, but where to buy is the big, I would say, is the big question, right? Where to buy and how to enter and how to maximize profits if I'm right, and how to minimize losses if I'm wrong, because here we might be wrong and market might correct for another top to break this low once more. If that's the case, we might be missing some sort of structures here that we cannot see at the moment, and it's very possible, okay? We are looking just for the high probability chance move to trade. If market is in the middle, we will ignore, simple. And if anyone of you is not trading Aussie dollar, you should not go for this trade. Even if I'm saying on Saturday, I'm expecting market to push like this. You should not do that, because it's not about one trade, one move. It's about making consistent money. To make consistent money, you have to learn how to trade correctly, okay? So for this one, back to this one, yeah? This is a complete corrective structure from here to here, which means anytime market can push to the upside. Is it ready? I don't think so. Until I get a corrective structure in lower time frames, buy setups are not ready for Aussie dollar. Because if this will be a corrective structure, one more fall will be coming here before markets start to push to the upside. Which wave to trade is up to you. Make sense, guys? This for those who are asking about Aussie dollar. Dollar Swiss. For this one, anytime, market might start to push up. Okay, so Euro Swiss, Cad Swiss, Dollar Swiss, all Swiss alternative. They might be going to the upside anytime. I'm expecting, by the way, Swiss to get weaker. What will be the reason? I don't know. But structurally speaking, Swiss anytime can start to fall, which means here for Dollar Swiss, I'm looking for my buy setups short term. If you are a scalper, this up wave, it might be something that you can look for. Okay? After this up move, if you get a corrective structure, another push up will be coming. And so on and so forth. Corrective structure, one push up will be coming. This move here is about to give us an up wave to the upside. And you can see the manipulation here. Let me show you this one. This is called manipulation, by the way. All right? You can see market went all the way down. They took everybody out under this low, and then they start to push market up. Our traders, they know how to trade this up move and how to maximize profits. So for this one, I am biased to the upside. So if you get up, corrective structure up, you can trade this move if you'd like, or you can wait for this one to finish and then you wait for a corrective structure. Another push up will be coming. Why market will give us a corrective structure? This is what market makers do again and again, every single day, every single week, every single month. They need to make sure all the traders are out because they are making money from you before they move the market in the next direction. This is called the liquidity game. All right, guys? And if you want to analyze this based on the support and resistance, supply and demand, smart money concept, whatever concept you want to name it, it's up to you. But what is working is wave analysis. Weighted waves, wave analysis concept, because we are reading the charts like we are reading a book. And you can see that based on every Saturday session. The proof is in front of you. And you can do it. If we can do it, you can do it too. Do not think that it's something like too tough to achieve. It's achievable, but all you have to do is to put the right work on it. Okay? So for Dollar Swiss, I'm expecting market to push up. Any sell setup, I will ignore here. If you want the bigger picture from this one, this is a complete structure. From here to here is a complete structure. And anytime market can start to give us an impulsive wave to the upside. Even if this will be going to downside, any sell setup, I will ignore it. I'm not interested. Even if this will fall down to break this low once more, I'll be looking for my buy setups. So for Dollar Swiss, short answer, I'll be looking for my buys. All right? JC, let me just double check what you was asking for. Right. You was talking about like, I would like to ask how do you, like, so for the price estimation, JC, I'm afraid if I need to explain this, I'll be revealing too much, okay? But what I can like guide you in regards to that, if you are trading like uptrend, right? If you are entering here, make sure to take profits above this top, all right? Or at least once market will break this top, this way we can say that the structure is completed. Structure is completed doesn't mean I should look for sales. Structure completed means like you should manage your trades. How to manage the trades is up to you. You can take profits and you might be happy with the profits, which is fine. Or you can just start to move your profits to break even or even into profits. What I mean by that, if you get in this trade and you're putting stop loss here, 20 pips, 30 pips, 50, whatever, right? And markets start to push up. Once you get this break here, 3 things you can do. Number 1, close the trade and enjoy the profits if this aligns with your trading plan. Number 2, you can move the stop to break even, which means to the entry point. Again, I'm just assuming, guys, that some of you don't know what is break even. We might have beginners here. So moving stop loss to break even means like you move this one to, you move this stop loss actually to the entry point, or you can just keep moving the stop in the direction of the trade. If my experience to the upside, it's basically you move the stop loss to the higher levels than the entry point, which means regardless what the market will do, you will get profits, small profits, okay? And if this will keep pushing to the upside, you will be making big profits. It's not about looking at your MT4 and see if it's blue, let me close the trade. It's not once you see $5, $10, $20 on your MT4 or on your trading application, whatever, once you see the colors, you get emotional because they are doing these colors, guys, deliberately, right? Blue, red, all related to the psychology, all right? Do not think like it's just, they are doing that just for the sake of the color. They are doing this deliberately. These colors, they are doing it just to play with your psychology. Just search what red colors do for people, okay? So I'm trying, guys, to explain you the things logically here, okay? I'm trying to give you hints, tips, and some of you might get basically the idea what I'm trying to explain, yeah? So do not just get emotional about the profits, about the PNL, and about basically the colors, okay? So most traders, what they think like, you know what, I made, let's say, $5, $10, $100, whatever the amount of dollars, yeah? They'll say, you know what, let me take this money out because I don't want basically the market to take my money again, right? If you think like this, you are thinking in a trade-by-trade basis, and in the long run, you will lose. You have to think in a series of trade basis. You have to have a trading plan. And that's the main point, having a trading plan. If you are saying to me, Alan, I don't know what trading plan to write, learn. You have the solution. Just join us and learn. We'll guide you actually. Okay? If you don't want, these sessions are for you. The free sessions, free Saturday sessions are for you. But the main point is basically, I don't want you to be attached, to be married to the trade, right? Every single trade is just a trade of its own. Just treat it as one trade of the system. I always say to our members, guys, you have to think in a 20 trades basis, 100 trades basis. It's not in a trade by trade basis, because this will have a big impact on your psychology if you are thinking in trade by trade basis, because you will be checking your phone, checking your MT4 to see if it's like win, loss, what the market is doing. And imagine you are in 1% win, 2% win, 3% wins, and then like back to 2%, 1%, minus 1% loss. So this will affect your psychology because you are attached to the trade. Do not be attached to one single trade. Okay? Guys, just 1 minute, please. Let me drink some water and be back. Just 1 minute. Right, sorry about that. So, JC, I think this, I have answered your question, yeah? In regards to the time factor, someone was asking about the time factor. For the time factor, guys, I want you to understand one thing. The charts are not only here, okay? Where 99.9% of traders, they focus on this axis, right? The price axis. This is very important. So you have to understand also the time, okay? So the time factor is very, very important, which means if I'm going into a trade, right, I need to understand, and my target is here, I need to understand like how many hours, how many days market needs to, like before market reach my target, how many days market might spend here. And that's the main point about psychology. And that's the main point about understanding where the market, or like when the market might hit the target. Because time frame is very, very important. If you are trading, let's say 4-hour chart, yeah, and I'm saying like market will pushing to the upside, that doesn't mean market will be here in the next 2 hours. This might take probably 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 days. You have to understand that in order for you to be able to understand basically the trade. All right, because every trader, once they click the buy, straight back into your mind, you'll be like, you know what, in the next 10 minutes, market will be here. And understanding the time factor is very important, because market will never do that unless we have like a big news event or like any major news, or this is something rare. But structurally speaking, you can measure the time. I'll go to Aussie dollar again just to show you one thing. Look at this. If I go to the 1 hour, and let's say we get in the sell from here based on our analysis, right? If I go back to here one more time, we've got a corrective structure and then a drop. If we get in the sell here, let's say from this top here, look how many just to break these two lows, right? Because we're having liquidity under this one, and this one. So look at this. I want you to understand this as well, guys, right? So this is not where the market broke the low, right? We got a pullback and then a drop. So look at this. Here, this is 6 days. It might not be your trading style. You want to be a scalper to get in, get out in the next 2 hours. If that's the case, the day trading, like if we are going to take a swing trade, this might not be for you. If I'm saying here corrective structure and then another push up, if you're a scalper, you might be looking for sells, because you just need to get in, get out for the next 5 pips. That's it. If you're a swing trader, you wait this one. You need to understand that swing trading is market pushing in the direction for the next, let's say, 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days. It's not the next hour. It's not the next 3 hours. Make sense? Make sense, guys? So this in regards to the time factor. You have to understand, like, if you're entering in this trade, where the market will be going next, like how much it will spend before reaching my target. And now I'll just show you one thing in regards to the psychology. Imagine you get in the trade, right? And go with me step by step, wave by wave. Market is moving to the downside. At this point of the time, if your target is under this low, at this point of the time, let's assume you are plus 5% profits, yeah? And you get this pullback. This pullback is almost, I would say, 50%, yeah? Which means here will be plus 5%, here will be plus 2.5% profits. Imagine your decision-making process at this point of the time, if you are in the trade and you don't know what to do, and you don't know that you have to think in a series of trades basis, not in a trade by trade basis, I can guarantee you 90% of you will close the trade here without waiting for market to reach the target. And once you close the trade here, you'll be thinking, you know what, let me take this money. I don't want market basically to go back up and take me out here. Okay, or like for break even or like small loss. You will say, you know what, I already have 2.5%. Let me take this one and I'll wait for the next opportunity. If you think like that, you will lose in the long run. Long term, you will lose. Okay? You have to have a trading plan. You have to learn how to trade correctly. You have to have a vision, right? You have to have basically a written trading plan, guys, that you should follow on every single trade. On every single trade, you have to follow your trading plan. There is no other way to succeed. It's not about one trade, one move. Okay? Guys, is that helpful, by the way? Let me know in the chat before I continue. So, in this one, once you close the trade here, market will start to move in your direction, and you'll be like, market is just against me. Like, why market done that? Why market is doing this? Why is too late? Once you take the decision, that's it. Once you close the trade, that's it. Why is too late? As example, I've got a lot of special like why gold has fallen. Why is too late, guys? You don't need that. It's not important, actually. What is important is what next and how to take advantage of this what next. Make sense? Guys, is that clear? So, Cad Swiss. For Cad Swiss, my bias is toward the upside. Regardless where the market will be going, I'm biased to the upside. Even if this will go down to break this low once more, which is also a possibility. Market is in the middle at the moment. Exactly in the middle. Guys, can you hear me clearly, please? Can you confirm in the chat? Market is exactly in the middle. We can get this up wave from here. I'm biased to the upside. Okay, so the short answer for Cad Swiss, I'm looking for buy setups. Okay, perfect, great, thank you. So, buy setups from here, or even if this will fall under this low and under this low, which is a possibility. I'm not going to give you 100% chance. There is no 100% in trading. All you have to do is to understand where the market is going next in order to trade the next wave. So first thing first, you have to have a bias. What is the bias? Like, are you expecting market to go up or go down? If you don't know, do not trade. Exactly, guys. If you don't know where the market is going next, do not trade. A lot of times, a lot of days, I don't trade because market will be exactly in the middle. It's not every time I look at the charts, I have to click the trade. It's not the case. Okay, because if you do that, it's basically, you'll be having the gambler mindset. You are not following the trading plan. You are not following the setups. You are not following anything. You are just going to click the trade. You are addicted to trade. It's not the case. Addiction is bad. Okay, and how to get rid of that? You have to follow a trading plan. You have to learn how to trade correctly in order to know what to do next. I think it's simple, guys, right, on what to do. Now, back to Cad Swiss. My bias is toward the upside. I look for buy setups only, which means if market will be falling, I'll ignore. Can the market go 500 pips to the downside island from here? Yes, it can. I'm not controlling the market, and I don't know if this will be falling to the downside based on any probably news event. They will go and say probably anything in the news regarding Swiss, and Swiss will be skyrocketing, and Cad Swiss will be falling 1,000 pips. Why to put yourself in this situation where you will be going into the straight upside, because weighted waivers are saying this going to the upside, and just trading without stop loss, just hoping that this will be pushing to the upside. It's not about hope. It's about knowing what to do. All you have to do is to train your mind to basically to trade correctly, because this system is installed in our mind now, and in a lot of weighted waivers as well. They know basically how to trade. All right, back to this one. I'll be looking for my buy setups from here or from under these lows. In all the cases, I'm looking for my buy setups. Okay, one more structure, it might be in play, just to also give you a hint. One more structure it might be in play here is this one. We'll get a corrective structure here, like a drop to the downside, and then start to give you a corrective structure. If that happens, this structure will be complex. Okay, so in all the cases, either an up wave from here or from under this low. If market will push to the upside from here, give me a corrective structure, drop, push up, we'll have this structure in place, this drop, this up, a complex structure before we go for the next up wave. Like some of you might be saying, Alan, what are you drawing? This is too complex to me. Look at this. Let me show you one thing. Can you see this one? This is a complex structure here. So what I can see, with full respect to all of you, you might not be able to see it, right? And I have done that more than once, even for, if you remember, dollar yen. Let me show you this one. 4 hours, if I remember correctly, it was here, right? Look at this. I think a lot of you remember this one, yeah? You've got up, drop, corrective structure, drop. This was the move, and then up again. Not only this, the last one was dollar Cad. Look at this. Do you remember this one, guys? And again, this is the power of knowledge. When I see this, once you see it, you cannot unsee it. This is what we teach to our members, by the way, yeah? Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. That's the power of knowledge. And that's exactly when we say the power of knowledge. Once you see these structures, you cannot unsee it. I'm changing the colors just for you to know what I'm linking to what. Okay, so for this upwave, this is a complex structure, by the way. If I go to the 1 hour, you might see it in more clear way, in more waves, actually. This is called a running flat, by the way. All right, this is called a running flat. Up, corrective structure, up. And here, also we have a structure within a structure. And this is called the fractal nature of the market. So, with full respect to Elliott waivers, they will never ever understand this, by the way. Okay? With full respect to all of you guys, if we have Elliott waivers here, you will never ever understand this, because for them, they are looking only at this. And they are expecting market to go to the upside. They might argue with us, they might argue with us like, this is 1, this is 2, and whatever market is doing here, this is 3, and this is 1 of number 3, like the smaller degrees, labeling 3, let's say here, 4 and 5. Guys, if that's the case, are you making money from that? Like, Are you focusing on the labeling, or are you focusing on making money from the next trade? You get the point? It's not about who is right and who is wrong. It's about like who is making money and who is teaching people to make money. Who having like this knowledge, who is having like the real knowledge about how to read the charts. You get the point, guys? Are you with me on that? So if you say to me like, Alan, I can see this 1, 2, and this is 3, I'll say to you, okay, perfect, good luck. You might be right. It's not about me being right. It's about you making money. Because we, as we trade waivers, we are making money from trading. So Cad Swiss, for this one, I am biased to the upside. Okay, even if this will be the complete structure, like this, for one more drop, the next move is toward the upside. I will not look for any sell setup, even if market will go down to break this low and this low, no sell setup to me, only buy setups. Make sense? Yes, Bilbo, we know that, but we are just trying to say to other members as well, like what we really have, yeah? New Zealand Cad. By the way, guys, this is what we do on our daily sessions and on our Sunday sessions and on our Q&A sessions. Because I do monthly Q&A sessions for our members on every single month. The seniors and moderators are doing the daily sessions, and T is going with the weekly raise on every Sunday and every Wednesday. So imagine you are getting this amount of knowledge on a daily basis. And you imagine like the amount of knowledge that you are missing if you are not joining us. I know some of you cannot afford, but at the same time, I want you to understand that we value our time and we value our knowledge as well. Okay, and we have basically a lot of things behind the scenes that you cannot see. Okay, so Cad Swiss is done. New Zealand Cad is here. What in regards to this one? For New Zealand Cad, this structure is a bit complex. It's exactly in the middle for me. Okay, if I go to the 1 hour, again, the short answer for this one more push up is very possible. And if this will be a complex structure, market will not give me a correction here. It will give me a drop and then another up wave. In all the cases, if I'm trading New Zealand Cad, I might wait for now. I'll wait for the complete structure. For me, it's not completed yet. Okay, market is exactly in the middle and it's building the structure. Short-term moves, like very short-term, I would say structure. For scalpers, you should not look for the buy setups if you are a scalper. If I'm a scalper, I would say I will not look for buy setups. I'll look for sell setups as scalping trades, just to these levels, and I'll see what market will give me after that. Okay, but based on the structure, sharp up, corrective structure here, and this might be a potential sharp up. Here we might get a structure in the middle for one more drop. Okay, another corrective structure here, another drop, and then this will be a complex structure. So for me, New Zealand Cad, I will not trade it for now, personally. Okay, remember, this is for me. You might have different point of view. Okay, you might have basically different setups in mind. If you have basically other bias, that's totally fine. Okay, guys, you might have basically different buy-ins for this one. But personally speaking, I'll wait for more, I would say like more confirmations here before I go for the next setup. Right, guys, is that clear for New Zealand Cad? Because I'll try to focus on other pairs. Okay, to be very honest with you, I'll try to focus on other pairs because it's not the best trade for me if I need to trade this one. Okay, but again, if you're biased to the upside, either wait a corrective structure before you go for the next buy. This for swing traders and this for scalpers if you are biased to the upside. Okay, because this is one possibility as well. If you are biased for the upside and you have to wait for a complete structure, one more drop to break this low, and then you can go for the next buy. No problem with that. Right, guys, is that clear? Gold. So for gold, I think, guys, we have covered this more than once in detail, step by step. But again, we can do it one more time, no problem. This was the low. Market went up to here. We've got a pullback or a corrective structure. Another up wave, pullback, up wave, corrective structure, up wave, corrective structure, and then up wave. This is how I look at the charts, step by step, okay? What I see here, I cannot explain now. What I see here, I cannot explain. But just I'm giving you basically the points on what I look for. Okay, after that, we've got this drop, pullback, drop, corrective structure, drop, another smaller corrective structure. This is what's called, guys, the fractal nature of the market, by the way. You can see that this correction is smaller than this corrective structure. The main point is to understand when the market will give you a small corrective structure and when the market will give you a big corrective structure. So you know if you want to sell from here or you want to sell from here. How to know that? You have to learn how to trade correctly. Everything is explained in details, by the way. So we've got this drop, corrective structure here, manipulation, everybody is out, and then up again. What market is doing? If this will be a corrective structure here, one push up will be coming to the upside. Short-term move, one push up for gold will be coming. If this is what the market is giving us, a corrective structure here. Okay, again, this is the 1 hour chart. In all the cases, I'm not a seller for gold. I'm a buyer from these levels, or if this will push to the upside to complete the structure that we were discussing before, yeah, this structure here. One more fall, if you want to sell this one, it's up to you. After that, one more push up. I am biased to the upside. I'm looking for this buy or this buy if I'm trading gold. Just to let you know, I'm not trading gold. Okay, personally, I'm not trading. You might be surprised, like, Alan, gold is the most tradable asset. Why you don't do that? I don't like trade gold. Okay, so I trade other assets. So for this one, this move or this move. Okay, for gold. If you want to trade this one, this is what I will look for personally. This up wave or this up wave. Oil. Yes, oil. This was perfect, by the way. You can see how market moved to the downside. We've got the same structure like this one. This is called a running flat, by the way. And the market start to push up. Okay, so we've got this up wave, pull back, up wave, pull back, and then up again. What's next? Anytime market can start to give me a bigger corrective structure. If you want to trade US oil, this should be your focus basically to the downside. Now, how this will be helpful for you? You should not basically buy from here, okay? Because this is a possibility. This is 5% chance, and this basically 90% chance. Which one you want to go for is up to you. 5% chance, guys, that doesn't mean that this cannot happen. It's 5% chance. It's low chance based on our analysis. But this is what I'm expecting market to do. A big corrective structure, something similar to this one. Similar to this one, guys. Once I say similar to this one, it's not in terms of form. This is very important, by the way, yeah? Similar to this one, this related to the fractal nature of the market, and this is related to the price and time. This is interesting, isn't it? So once I say something similar to this one, I want you to focus on the time factor and on the price factor. Alan, can you give us an example for this? Yes, I can do that. Let me just give you an example so you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. From here, we've got this up wave, right? We've got a corrective structure. We've got this up wave. We've got a corrective structure. You can see that this correction and this correction are similar in terms of price and time. It's not like the exact price and time, it's like roughly, yeah? So what I mean is, if you get up and corrective structure here and you get up, I'm not expecting market to give me a small corrective structure and then up again, because if that's the case, this will be within this structure. I'm expecting something bigger. I'm expecting something similar to this one here. This is very important, guys, to understand, by the way, yeah? And this is contradicting to Elliott waves, by the way. This what weighted waves is different than the others, okay? Because for Elliott waves, again, I'm referring to this, guys, because a lot of traders, they think that wave analysis is Elliott waves, yeah? And Elliott waves is basically a very big concept. A lot of people trade Elliott waves and they might be making money from it, yeah? Don't get me wrong. But just saying what we discovered is different. And for Elliott waves, they say like if wave 2 is small, wave 4 it should be bigger, and vice versa. And like some sort of pattern, they include this one here. Like as example, they say like triangles, they go only in wave 4. It's not the case. If this is regular flat, this should be expanding flat, and so on and so forth. It's not the case. If this wave is smaller than this wave, they are not in the same degree. Full stop. All right? So, back to US oil. For this one, regardless if market will push back up to break the top or not, I'll be expecting market to give me a corrective structure, a big corrective structure, something similar to this one. All right? Again, guys, this is a special session. Those of you are joining and watching right now, this is a special session for those who were liking and commenting on the last week's stream. Okay? S&P 500. Guys, I suggest you to join and listen to the Sunday sessions because they are very, very important. We're explaining a lot more, by the way, about the news. So big part of the Sunday session is about the news event, what to expect next, what's happening in the world, about the war, about basically what's happening in Africa. Let's say yesterday we were explaining about that. So what basically will be the effect on the metals if this will happen, and between, like, I'm not going to detail, but just explaining you, like, a big part of the Sunday session, like I'll say the first part of it is about news events, macroeconomic factors, and what's happening in the world, because this will affect the next move as well. If you combine fundamental analysis with wave analysis, this will be basically the big win. All right, because trading only technicals, yes, you might make money trading technicals, but if you want a higher win rate, you have to combine both. All right, I'm not against people who are trading only technical analysis, because some traders are making money just by trading technically. We are with you guys. I'm not against you, but I'm just saying, if you want I would say a big win rate, instead of winning 5 trades out of 10, you can win 7 trades out of 10. Why not to optimize? If you know what I mean, yeah? And combining wave analysis with fundamental analysis that we are doing on every Sunday session for retail waivers, it's the real deal, okay? Because combining is what will give you the big win, all right? So I'm just talking deliberately for the last Sunday session, for yesterday's Sunday session, because it's basically very, very important to understand what to do in the metals if this happens, okay? Because we were talking about something specific during Sunday session. So US oil, I think it's done. S&P 500. For this one, I'll just be looking for my sell setups personally, okay? Even if this will be for a big corrective structure, I'll be looking only for sells. And I'm expecting market to give me a big corrective structure here, okay? And this can turn out to be a big fall, by the way. But for now, I'll be waiting for a big corrective structure similar to this one. I want you guys to focus on what I am circling, yeah? It's not only this, it's all of this. So if that happens, this is the next wave that I'm looking for, a big corrective structure first, which means I'm looking for sells in the indices. Okay, so sell setups from current levels, not from current levels. I'll wait for a corrective structure, a pullback. So what I would say majority of retail traders will do, those of you who don't have the knowledge, I'm not criticizing them, guys, all right? I'm just explaining you so you know the difference. We have like the breakout traders here that they will go into this sell, the downside, and market will start to correct upwards. They will get out here because they have liquidity, or they will get out because they don't have the patience, because corrective structures usually, they are slow. They will take more time usually, okay, most of the times. So here they don't have patience to hold the trade. They will close the trade here, and market will fall after. Okay, so what I'm expecting is a corrective structure and then a drop. Some of you might be asking, Alan, like, why market will do that? I'm repeating this again and again. This what is the market makers frame. This the real market makers framework. Is not about what you are hearing on YouTube. It's not about a single order block. It's not about smart money concept. It's not about supply and demand. It's about understanding weighted wave analysis concept, understanding really how market moves, understanding structures, understanding what retail traders are doing to do the reverse. Why? Because retail traders cannot move the market. Who are moving the markets? The big players. All right? Market makers are those who are moving the markets. Big banks, big investors, big private companies. These are the people who are moving the markets. And they are always trade against retail traders because they want their money. Okay? This is basically the logic business. And how they do that? By having their own framework. We have this framework. We know how to read that. And I want you also to focus with us. If you are really serious about trading and want to go to the next level, this is what you have to master. Weighted waves, wave analysis concept. Right, guys? So drop a corrective structure upwards and then another fall. This is the trade if I'm trading S&P 400. Not jumping in from here to the downside and fear of missing out. I don't want to miss the next 50, 100 pips here to the downside. I don't want this because this might be very rare. This just one time. It might happen like one time per year. You don't want this. You want something for every single month, which is called consistent money, consistent profits. Right, guys? Make sense? Dollar yen. I think we have done that, guys. No, dollar yen. I'm expecting a big corrective structure here. If we go to 4 hours, I'm expecting a big corrective structure, and then another push up or upway from here. Now, once I say or, and those of you are saying like, Alan, now I'm lost. Like, what to do? Should I go for the buy from here, or should I wait for this corrective structure, one more drop to go for the buy? Personally, I'll wait for a corrective structure, one more drop to go for the buy. Personally, if I'm trading dollar yen, okay? If this will push to the upside from here, I'm happy to miss this trade. I'm happy to miss this up move. I'm trying, guys, to teach you psychology as well, right? So psychology is a big, big part. All right. So again, for this one, even if this will push to the upside, which is a possibility, this is, let's say, 40% chance move. Okay. I will ignore it personally, because here we might have a possibility that we're explaining during Sunday session, and this might push to the upside. If you want to go for this buy, no problem. You go for it. It's up to you. Personally, I will not go for this buy. Now, if tomorrow market will be here, I will not be sad, because I understand that market will always give me opportunities. I'll go for the next trade. I'm not attached to one single move, to one single trade. I'm attached to my system. I'm attached to weighted waves concept, because I know market will give me opportunities again and again, every single day, every single week, every single month. Guys, you get what I mean? I hope guys, this is helpful for all of you, yeah? Because what I'm saying is pure psychology and really how to think, how to have the correct mindset in trading, actually. All right, guys? So for this one, this is what I can see. Either an up move from here or a corrective structure, one more drop, and then another push up. Pound dollar. For this one, we might get one more push up here. Short-term trade, right? One more push up. Corrective structure, another up wave, and then another drop will be coming. In all the cases, I will bias to the downside for pound dollar. So pound dollar is one of our trades of the month, and we're biased to the downside. We've got this drop, corrective structure, drop, pullback, drop, and up till here. From here, market start to push to the upside, because here we're having some sort of orders, big orders, and market start to push up. We've got here an expansion. This was a perfect textbook pattern to weighted waivers, and a lot of weighted waivers, they know how to trade this wave and how to make money from it. Guys, let me know in the chat if that helpful what I'm explaining. Okay, so after that, one more push up is possible here. Okay, in all the cases, up and drop or drop from here, because for pound dollar, I'm waiting for one more drop. If the structure will change, we'll update you, but for now, this is not a complete structure to me, by the way. Okay, one more drop to some levels that we're explaining to weighted waivers. I will not reveal this here, because these are the targets, by the way, for the trades of the month. But one more drop. After this one more drop, I'm looking for my buy setups. For now, the structure is in the making. Scalping trades, or those of you are scalpers, one more push up is very possible. If you want to go for the buy, no problem, you can go for it. After that, we need to see the waves, and we'll update you. We'll update weighted waves on Wednesday session. All right? Make sense? After pound dollar, we have euro dollar. Okay, guys, can you hear me, please? Can you confirm that on the chat that you can hear me? Just for double confirmation. I'll just wait for a few seconds. Guys, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Great, Joshine. Thank you very much for confirming that. So, euro dollar for this one, again, we've got like a move to the downside. It's a bit sharp, corrective structure, drop, and then another up wave is very possible here. Okay, so if that happens, after this up wave, one more drop. This structure is in the making. We are exactly in the middle. So personally, I will leave these ones and I'll focus on other pairs if I'm trading this. Yeah. One possibility here is we can get some sort of running flat and market might push to the downside. Okay. After this drop, I'm looking for my buy setups. So one I would say sort of structure we might get here is the running flat and then one more fall before the next up wave. Personally, I'll ignore any sell setup for now. Personally, I'll be focusing on my buy setups, okay, for euro dollar. And these buy setups, we might get more structures here, corrective structure, one more drop, and then up again. So the buy setups are from here or from under this low. Make sense? So up wave for me for euro dollar. All right. I'm just going, guys, for the queries that we were having at the beginning, and after that we can basically continue. Pound O's. For this one, I'm looking for the sell setups, even if I see one push up is coming here. Okay, the sell setups is what I will look for Pound O's. Any sell setup I get above this top, you can go for it. Even from under this top, if you get a complete structure, let me just double check this one here. I think one push up is coming here. Okay, so even if this is pushing to the upside, I'm looking for my sell setups, and I'm waiting a wave similar to this one or a wave similar to this one. That's what I will look for. Okay, and I want you to focus, guys, on one thing. Yeah, market will never go in a straight line. Look at this. We've got this up wave, pull back and up again. We have this down wave, pull back, down again. This drop, pull back, down again. Pull back, up. Okay, so pull back, up, drop, pull back, down. So what I'm trying to say to you here, it's very rare for market to go in a straight line. Like even here, we've got drop, pull back, drop. Even here, drop, pull back, drop. So drop, pull back, drop. Above this top, I'm looking for my sell setups for Pound O's. 1.95, and we can look for sell setups, probably 10, 20 pips above this one, and then market will give us the reaction to the downside. I can see liquidity under this one, this one, this one, and somewhere here for market to go for. Okay, because I don't want to basically to hold the trade up till here, because we might get a lot of like structure might change during the move. But if you want to trade this one, just go for this move up till here, 1.9150, 1.92, and this will be more than enough, because from 95 to 92 is almost 300 pips. Okay, remember, Pound O's is very fast, and I want to be very careful while trading it, because it's very, very fast pair, like Pound New Zealand, like some other pairs as well. Okay, so personally, I'll be looking for my sell setups if I'm trading Pound O's. Cad, this was covered anyway during Sunday and Saturday session. After this up wave, I'll be waiting for market to give me a big corrective structure. If you want to trade this down move, it's up to you. So one push up, break this top again, and this top, and market will start to give me a big corrective structure to the downside. Personally, I will leave it. I will ignore Cad for now. All right? Make sense, guys? For Cad. If I really need to trade it, I'll look for sell setups. Just to be clear here, if I need to trade this one, I'll go for sell setups short term. Euro New Zealand, this was one of the trades of the month, by the way. Trades of the week, sorry, for last week. We've got this up move. This was perfect, okay? One push up is coming, by the way. After this up wave, I'm looking for my sell setups here. Okay, because this will be a complete structure. Market will give me one push up and then sell setups after. These sell setups, they might not be going all the way to this low, but just you can target probably from let's say 81 here, 1.81. Do not jump in, it's not a trade signal. Yeah, guys, we'll be waiting for our setups. We'll be waiting for the reaction here, and we will update you during the live sessions as well. Once market will tap this one, look for setups. Okay, after that, one more drop to probably 1.79, 1.7850, and then after that we'll see the reaction. Okay, but for now, no buy setups to me for Euro New Zealand from current levels. I'll be waiting for one push up to go for the sell setups, because if I just zoom out just to show you where we in the bigger picture, this here is a structure that usually gives us this drop. Okay, so are we ready to go for the sell from here? We don't know yet. We need more waves, more structure to see that. Okay, and This drop, it can go all the way down to break this low once more. Okay, and if you want to know more about what might be this structure, let me show you the power of analysis and the power of patterns. Okay, some people, they do not believe that history repeat, yeah, but the point is not about history. The point about market participants' behavior. That's the main point. Market participants' behavior is always the same. Always the same. Okay, it will not change because people's psychology always react to the same factors, to the same things. Okay, so for this one, we might get something like this. I'm not saying that we'll get this this structure. I'm just showing you the similarity in terms of patterns. Okay, this is called an expanding flat here, and this is called an expanding flat. So we might not get an expanding flat. Running flat is more than enough. So running flat here is more than I would say it's roughly 1,000 pips. Yeah, this lag. If market will be giving us a running flat, this lag is roughly 1,000 pips. So I think you know what to look for. Yeah. In order for us to see this and to see this, this is knowledge, experience, and understanding of market makers framework and all market participants actually behavior. Okay, so for New Zealand, I'll be looking for sell setups only once market will break this top. Now, again, I'm repeating this just to cover you guys, all right? Just to not have any one follower who will jump in and trade without stop loss. Okay, I'm just covering this again and again. From here, you might get a small corrective structure and market might shoot up 1,000 pips to the upside. Can this happen, Alan? Yes, it can happen. And this was, this basically happened a lot of the times previously. But this is 5% chance, I'm repeating. I'm just stopping you guys from jumping in here, trading without stop loss, over-risking, and losing your money if market will do this. Make sense? This move to the downside is a 90% chance move. All right? Euro Swiss, I'll be looking for my buy setups for Euro Swiss. Like I said, all Swiss alternatives, I'm biased to the upside. Even if this will go to the downside to break this low, I'm biased to the upside. No sell setups to me. Any buy setup we get, we'll go for it. And by the way, this might be one of the trades that we'll discuss in details later on for weighted waivers, yeah, step by step. But again, for you guys, this is what I'm looking for. Up move from current levels, and even if this will be going to the downside to break this low, which I'm not expecting for now, I'm expecting an up wave. In all the cases, Euro Swiss is a buy. S&P 500, we have done that. Euro Yen. Euro Yen, it's in the middle for me. I'll not trade this one. I leave it for now, and I trade other pairs. But my point of view, this might be a corrective structure for one more push up. Okay? Again, it's 50-50 probability chance. I will not basically go for the other possibilities. It's 50-50 probability chance to me. I will leave it, and I'll focus on other pairs. We don't have a complete structure. We don't have anything here to go for the next trade. It's just in the middle. Okay? Bitcoin, for this one, regardless what the market will be doing, it's a correction here anyway. One more drop and then up again. I'm biased to the upside. Most of you know that, yeah? So for Bitcoin, market is pushing back up after. This is some sort of market makers framework before they push market up. You can see they are just trying to trap retail traders into the sell. They are building liquidity above these tops here. And one more drop, trap more retail traders, probably correct. This might take time anyway, but the next move is towards the upside. Alan, can this one drop like this? Yes. They might do some sort of manipulation to take everybody out from here, if they want to do that, before they push market back up. If that's the case, we'll look for buy setups again. But if market will be going in an uptrend, up, corrective structure, market will never break this low. We'll get a corrective structure, which what I'm expecting actually, a corrective structure, and then up again. I am biased to the upside. All right? Aussie Yen. Aussie Yen, also I will leave it. That's exactly in the middle. I will leave it. I'm not sure if you're asking about short-term or long-term view, But if you're a scalper, one push up will be coming here. After that, we might get another drop, and then this might go all the way down to break this low first. And if we get a corrective structure, this low again. But again, this 50-50 probable chance, I will leave it. Okay? Because here, let me go for the red. Here, this is a complete structure from here to here, right? But at the same time, this is a sharp move to the downside, which means we might get a complex structure. I will leave it. Other pairs are better. All right? This was basically the first list. Guys, for that, let me just read a few more questions. And please, we will go for the next questions tomorrow, yeah? Because it's 1 week anyway. Loving the stream. Thank you very much. I can hear you. Poundo's already done. EURUCAD, we have done that. Is it possible? Is it possible that markets make big moves in August? Well, if I want to take about seasonality, about usually the month of August, it is possible, but we need more structures here before we go for the next moves. I think the next move are not in this month actually. We might get some big moves in during the months, but usually it's not for August, the big moves. Okay, if you're talking about seasonality, it's not for August, the big moves actually. Swiss yen, again, I'm expecting Swiss to fall, yeah? Right. Guys, please do not spam. GJ already covered, euro dollar already covered. All right, guys, for this one, like for today, let's finish this stream for now. And tomorrow we'll go at the same time, 8 a.m. UK time, and go for the other pairs, for the other structures. Please, guys, if you have other questions, put it down, and I'll try my best to answer these questions for you. And you trade with care, yeah? Silver, I think for silver, guys, again, we have done that during Saturday and Sunday. I can go for this one again, no problem for you. For silver, I'm expecting market to push up from here or from under this low. In all the cases, I'm expecting an up wave for silver. Okay, I'm not a seller, I'm a buyer actually for silver. First thing first, up, then down, then up. In all the cases, this wave or this wave. So for silver, it's a buy. Okay, I'm expecting dollar to fall. For DXY, if this will be a corrective structure, one more drop will be coming. Okay, some of the ampers might be looking at this as like an uptrend, and yes, this can go to the upside to break this top once more. Okay, after this top, a corrective structure will start. Okay, so I'm not biased to the downside for dollar. Personally, I'm expecting dollar to push up. Okay, I'm talking here purely about structure, and if I need to combine structure with fundamentals, for now they are not aligning, because I'm expecting basically yes, to push the dollar up. I'm expecting basically dollar to push up, okay, to make dollar a bit stronger. But for now, I can see here some sort of corrective structure to be completed before the next up wave. So in terms of trading, it's up to you to trade this up wave or this one, or you want to go for this sell or this sell. Personally, if I see market completing some structures, I'll go for the next buy for US dollar, okay? But if you are expecting market to fall or if you want to sell, it's up to you, no problem. You can do that, 100%. But what I can see here is a corrective structure, one more drop, and then another push up might be coming, or an up wave from here. Once this structure will be completed, a big corrective structure will start. For now, we do not have basically much information, but all the details about which structure is more probable, and if this will be one of our trades of the week or not, or what are the trades of the week. All of this, guys, is covered inside Weighted Waivers dashboard. To get access, you know, basically, guys, where to go. You can go for this one and subscribe to get all the access and all the answers. All right, guys? With that note, again, you trade with care. If you're looking for scalps, you know, basically our bias, you know, basically the next move. You go for scalping, you risk small, and see all of you tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time. All right?